Well, good morning everybody. Here we are at Phoenix Sky Harbour, stand Echo 6. We're in the Air Canada Airbus A320 and we're about to depart on a flight up to Vancouver International, Canada. You'll get to see the takeoff, all being well, and some of the climb out. Then we'll pop off and come back for the landing into Vancouver. I will hopefully then edit that video, and alongside afterwards we will have a helicopter tour review of the new Vancouver scenery. So for the moment we're loading up passengers and baggage, and hopefully looking for an on-time departure. Okay, just so you know, we're in the cockpit. All the details are complete. We've got 10 tons of fuel today. We're departing runway 08 here at Phoenix. The scenery is by Flight Beam for P3D. Aircraft is the FS Labs A320 CFM engine version. So we're going out on the Wakey 1 departure today, climbing initially to 9,000 feet and ultimately up to flight level 360. We will have 135 passengers and 4 tons of freight. Expected flight time is about 3 hours 10 minutes, all being well. Weather doesn't look too bad. Once we get up through the cloud, should be fine, and we are planning for a runway 26 left landing into Vancouver. So everything is ready, just got to start the APU. Boarding I think is just about finished, and we'll get ready to go. We're departing in about 8 minutes if all goes well. Scheduled departure time is 15:20 Zulu, which you can see here. Okay, boarding is completed. Great, so we can close the doors. Yeah, cargo loading is completed. So we can close the cargo doors. Okay, we're all set. So it's time to start the APU. So master goes on. Flap is open. So let's start the APU. Okay, EGT's rising, APU is coming online. It's a warmish day. It's over 20 degrees, but we do have overcast weather up at about 20,000 feet. But it shouldn't be too bad. We'll get up there, and things will look a bit better once we get to cruise. So we're going to switch to APU now. APU bleed goes on, external power goes off. Okay, so we're about ready. Cockpit preparation is completed, standard is set, ACARS is initialized, parking brake is set, fuel on board is loaded, init B is loaded, flex to temp is set, and speeds are set. Phoenix traffic, Canada 15 Lima, stand Echo 6, with an Airbus A320 with the weather. Push and start for Vancouver. Departure runway 08, and the departure will be the Quakey 1 departure initially to 9,000 feet, and the squawk 5200. Beacon goes on, everything is cool, seatbelts are on.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
Thank you very much.
Locking gear.
And that's what steering's in.
Release parking brakes.
Okay, brakes released, you clear the push.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, so we'll start number 2 first. Okay, N2 is turning. Air Canada 15 Lima, pushback, stand Echo 6. Okay, number 2 is available. Start number 1, please. N2.
Set parking brakes.
Brakes are set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Okay, we have a light up on number 1, so we'll give them a confirmation. Okay, have good engine start, you can disconnect please, thank you. Okay, number 1's connected and running. So flaps 1 set. After start checklist please. A ground clearance is received, anti-ice not required. Flaps 1 is set. APU, need to turn the APU off. It's done. Have the taxi light. Wipe pump, electric pump status is checked. ECAM is checked. No faults, no problem at all. So, need to do flight control check. Okay, ailerons. Left. Neutral. Right. Neutral. Elevators. Up. Neutral. Down. Neutral. Rudder. To the right. Neutral. Left. Neutral. Right, flight control checks are complete. After start checklist then, ground crew clearance is seen, anti-ice not required, flaps are set 1, APU is off, wipe pump status is okay, just need to do the configuration test, which is okay, checked. For takeoff checklist then, flight controls are checked, TCAS is checked, load sheet is checked, trim is checked, we have 27 on the trim. Departure briefing is confirmed, it's the Quakey 1, takeoff data is set, flaps are set, ECAM ammo, takeoff no blue, that's down to the line. Phoenix traffic, Air Canada 15 Lima, taxi runway 08. Okay, so brakes off. well, this should be the right way. Okay, so welcome back. We are finally on the right taxiway on the north side of the airport, heading west to the threshold runway 08. So we'll run the before takeoff checklist down to the line, as we have done. Flight controls are checked. TCAS is set, 5200 is set. Load sheet is okay. Trim is set. Departure briefing is confirmed. Runway 08 takeoff. Initial climb to 9,000 feet. Takeoff data is set. Flaps are set. Flap 1. ECAM memo is checked. The cabin is ready. So that's the full takeoff checklist down to the line. So, scenery, well, as I said, we have the flight beam Phoenix. Underneath that we have Orbix Base and Vector. On top of that we have Orbix North America. And then we have the blue sky high definition photo scenery, which you'll get a view of after we take off. That's Bravo 2, and we will hold short of Bravo 1 to do our final checks. Phoenix traffic, Air Canada 15 Lima, lining up runway 08. It's off. Again, I must apologise for my coughing. I'm okay, but the throat is pretty yuck this morning. Okay, there we are. Okay, before takeoff checklist is complete. Everybody ready? Let's go. And the Phoenix traffic, Air Canada 15 Lima, rolling 08, initial climb 9,000 feet. Okay, that's stable. Airspeed is alive. Okay, V1, rotate. Positive right, gear up please. Okay, so pilot 1. Okay, set climb thrust. So airborne at 1543. Thrust is coming up nicely. Flaps up. So there's the high definition scenery from blue sky, which I think is very effective, even though it's flat. From the air it looks great. Nice takeoff, I thought, and left turn's coming up. So 11 miles to Goalie, and our climb is 9,000 at Goalie, so after Goalie we can continue to climb up to 360. Let's look back at the airport there. Leveling out quite nicely. As you can see, the scenery, the blue sky scenery is high definition. I think it looks quite nice. Once you get above it, really sort of makes the area look pretty cool. Five miles to Goalie. After Goalie we'll climb up to 36,000. Phoenix traffic, Air Canada 15 Lima's crossing Goalie at 9,000, climbing level 360. So 27 miles to Quakey, let's put this up. Landing lights are off, those are all off, everything else is on. Leave the seatbelts for the moment. So we will leave it until we get up to passing transition at level 180, and then we will leave you until we come back later on in the flight. So looking good, passing level 13,600 feet now. Got the fuel does not tick up. A little bit of an imbalance here, but nothing serious. We're talking 10. You know, this is really nothing at all. Sometimes this will increase depending on how long you have the APU running, and I have found sometimes that you get a balance or an imbalance anyway. So what I tend to do is wait till we get to the cruise and then balance it up at cruise. And just keep an eye on it. We're expecting a little over 3 tons on landing at Vancouver, so it should be fine. So as forecast, we've got quite a bit of stuff up here, around about 2,000 to 20,000 feet, and we will bust through that. And I must get a drink and try and ease this throat. Okay, past 180, standard is set. Let's do the after takeoff checklist. Landing gear is up and off. ECAM is checked. We have no blue. I've left the seatbelts for the moment. Tend to generally knock the seatbelts out above 20,000 feet. Okay, and the standard is set and cross-checked, so the after takeoff checklist is completed. And the landing lights have been turned off. We did that at 10,000 feet. So I will leave you with a few more quick views around the aircraft, and then I'll see you just before top of descent in Vancouver. Okay, passing 23,000 feet, so we'll turn the seatbelt signs off. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on this departure. We will close it down now, and I will see you about 5 minutes before we descend into Vancouver. Take care, I'll see you again shortly. So, good afternoon, welcome back folks. We're cruising at 360 and it's about 8 minutes till descent. So the briefing is quite simply runway 26 left at Vancouver. The weather's a bit socked in. Current weather, wind is 300 degrees at 16 knots. They're saying 20 miles visibility. Weather is scattered at 180, overcast at 210, 7 degrees on the ground, and the QNH is 1014 or 2993. So weather's okay, no problem for the landing. The 26 left, be a left turn out to exit the runway, and we'll be parking at the international terminal just off to our right hand side as we backtrack. So the briefing is complete, fuel is okay, go around is understood, ILS landing today, and here we are. Very shortly we'll be going down initially to 10,000 feet, then to 8,000, and finally to 3,000 for the approach. So just a quick briefing. Threats, there are no threats per se. ECAM status is verified. The weather is checked. Translevel is 180, same as in the United States. Sector safe altitude will be 3,500 for this. The star is the Grizz 6 arrival. Minimums, decision heights 200 feet. Be flap full landing. The go around is a climb away left turn, then a right turn. That is set, it's understood. Performance is okay. The alternate is Charlie Yankee Yankee Juliet, which is Victoria International. It's 66 miles away, so we've plenty of fuel for that. We've actually have enough fuel for a go around and a second attempt and a diversion, so that's fine. And everything else is reviewed. So yes, that's the approach briefing is complete. And assuming all will be well, will be a manual landing. Autopilot out at 1,000 feet, radio, and a manual landing into the runway if all goes well. So we've set everything up on the descent page here. As you can see, there's the temperature on the ground, those are the winds, translevel. Would be radio 200 feet above the ground is the missed approach decision height. So our speeds, clean speed 206, slats out 190 and flaps full 147. So those are our speeds. And we currently have 26 miles to run to descent. Can be a medium brakes. We will probably get a hot brake warning after we exit the runway, but it's not a problem for us. And we will deal with that. Fuel's good, balanced, tanks are okay, 4.2 tons in the tanks. And if we look at that, estimating just under 4 tons on the ground. Due in at 18:15. Time now is 17:46, so a little under half an hour. I expect that to be about 18:20 because they tend to slow down quite early and get everything configured nicely in advance. So that's the approach briefing is completed. The MCDU is checked, CDU is checked and programmed, and we're ready for descent. 19 miles to run with the descent. Looking a bit overcast out there, as you would expect, but nothing we can't handle. So in case you hadn't noticed, we're in PREPAR3D version 4.5. Weather's being provided by Active Sky for P3D version 4. And the environment is being provided by Rex Skyforce. This is where you get these lovely cloud formations here. Looking really quite nice. If we look out the right side, not much to see, to say we're overcast down there. We're going down through some of the much. We have to watch the temperature for anti-ice. So stand by. When this hits 1 mile, we'll hit the button and start the descent. Just going to have to watch the descent thrust on here as we go down. We may occasionally have to use the speed brakes, but we'll see. Okay, 1 mile, let's do that. So power's coming back, down we go. Vancouver traffic, Canada 15 Lima on the descent, top of descent, descending initially 10,000 feet. we're descending. As you can see, we're back on the profile here. Speed's recovering. I have to just kind of watch that. Use the speed brakes where necessary. So as we pass 18,000 feet, we'll set the local QNH, which will be 2993. Actually just double check the weather. Weather's not changed, 360 knots, 20 miles of visibility, scattered at 180, overcast 210, 7 degrees, dew point 5 degrees, and a altimeter 2993. So the speed's starting to pull up a bit, so let's use the speed brakes. Let's bring it off a little bit. Okay, passing 25,000 feet, we'll prepare the cabin for landing. So you've got signs on. Got some brakes in the weather, as you can see. See the snow-capped mountains here off to the right. Still get the speed brake warning here, but we're still a little fast, so I want to try and increase the braking action, try and bring that speed under control. So getting close to the Canadian border now. Yeah, it's understood. Get lower, the air should get thicker, and this speed should sort itself out. At the moment we're just a bit quick for me. Starting to come back slowly. Back to about 285 knots. Come on guys, back you come. Beautiful out here. Obviously the overcast must be right over the airport, because there's significant breaks here, which isn't too bad at all. I'm just waiting for this to creep back a bit more. Stand by for transition. 1,000 to go, stand by. We can close the speed brakes now. Okay, stand by, here we go. Okay, transition, set the standard. Checked. to reach 10,000 feet, we'll go into vertical speed mode and bring the speed off 240 knots so we can get a decent control. Lovely view of the mountains there. Speed's coming back nicely. 40 odd miles, just over 40 miles to the airport now. Let's turn the ILS on. 10.7 263 is what I've got, that's correct, it agrees with the charts. Passing 13,000, so we'll go into vertical mode now. 18, and we'll drop speed. 240 please. So we're a bit below the profile, but it's not a problem. Bring the speed back, let it recover. We're approaching 10,000, so we'll do the landing lights now. So you can see here we've got this interesting little thing here. I might actually extend the center line here, depending on the distance to the runway, so that we can just improve it. Vancouver traffic, Canada 15 Lima's now 27 miles out from the airport, 10,000 feet, descending 3,000, ILS runway 26 left. So we'll let the profile recover. Here she comes. So 3,000, we've got a 5,000 first. Actually no, it's 8,000. This 8,000 and then 6,000. There we go. Put this on 20 miles. Oh, that can go on 22. So coming down quite nicely, 1,000 feet a minute. Yeah, so we'll go for 5,000 above Kepke. And the ILS is identified here, is India Foxtrot Zulu 1107 263, 25 miles out, so excuse me. Descent rate a little bit. Okay, 1,000, let's get out to 5,000 now. Canada 15 Lima's crossing go valve, passing 8,000, descending 5,000. ILS 26 left, Vancouver. Okay, you've got the glide slope and the localizer there. Fuel prediction still looking good, 3.6, 34 miles to run. So the airport's over here. Speed checks 230. We'll come back to 210, please. So 10 miles on the range. To go, let's go down to 3,000 now then. $11 out. Runway's over there. Getting a bit hazy and a bit yucky now. Canada 15 Lima's turning right downwind, runway 26 left, Vancouver. So, let's see what the distance does here. It takes me out to about 15 miles, I'll be fine. So let's go on the heading mode anyway. Go back to 200. So we're now on the reciprocal bearing. Have flat one, please. Checked. 190. So we're doing okay. 12.6 miles. We'll go to about 14. 3,000 checked. Fuel nature's checked. Air Canada 15 Lima crossing Pemzu, turning left base, runway 26 left, Vancouver. So arm the localizer, that's one checked. Turn left, 350. Cabin's ready, thank you very much. Flat 2, please. Checked. So holding at flap 2. Full flap speed's 147 today. Correct. Visors armed. Air Canada 15 Lima's turning finals, runway 26 left, Vancouver, 14 miles out, number 1 for landing. Okay, approach briefing. ECAM status is checked. Briefing is confirmed. Minimum is set. Approach phase is active. Here comes the glide slope. And standard, the QNH is set. So arm the approach. .12 miles out, runway's out there in the muck. So, gear down please. Flap 3 please. Go. I think I've got the runway, I think that's it there. Air Canada 15 Lima finals, runway 26 left, Vancouver, now 8 miles out on the glide. Checked. 200 radio is set. 7 miles, let's go back to 147. Which I think at 148 just for the wind. Why have I got that? 146. Flaps full please. Arm the speed brakes. Checked. Checked. I'm going to stay at 147, which is what we calculated. So 6 miles out. Okay, 1700 radio. That's interesting. I had a full flaps figure of 147. So it was showing me a little bit different. But we'll stay at 147 for safety reasons. So landing checklist please. Gear is down, spoilers are armed, flaps are full, missed approach altitude is set. Have the runway in sight. Okay, everything's set. Landing checklist is complete. Coming up on 1,000 feet.
1,000.
Checked. What Pilot disconnect, please. See if we can make a decent landing. Wind is 10 knots, just coming slightly from the right. Okay so far. Checked. Stable.
Above.
Checked.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Okay, down at 16. Full reverse. Checked. One 5 levers clear, runway 26 left. Tap tap. Off, flight directors off. Brakes are hot, so set that to calm the brakes down. Start the APU. So right on Juliet, take us right around the other side. So just to remind you viewers, after this we will be doing a helicopter tour around this airport, so you can have a look at it. Looks pretty good, I have to say. So we turn right after we pass this block here to take us out to this end where we park for the domestics. Kind of weird how the taxiway centre line keeps disappearing. However, Looking good. The vehicles look pretty nice. Stands and jetways look good. These are sewed jetways as well, so they will work with GSX. Okay, brakes are okay, so we can turn that off. The APU is running. Initial impression of the airport, it looks good. Airport was created by FSIM Studios, released by Orbix. Looks like they've done a fair job. Certainly airport buildings look quite good. The outlying region, well, we'll see. There's supposed to be 2 other local airports included. And they've done the city. Vancouver nearby. We'll have a fly over that and have a look. So we're going to go into stand 75. So we're parked. Let's get a few things sorted out here. So APU is on, bleed is on, those are off. Cut 2, cut 1. So touchdown was 18:16 and engines off at 18:30. We're on stand 75. So off. APU can come off now. Seatbelts off. Those are all off. That's off. Okay, here comes the jetway. APU's coming down. Okay, we're unloading. It's just beginning. So passengers are disembarking, so while that's going on, let's have a look at what we did. So, fuel in the tanks, 3393. Which means 6607 was used, 66.6 or 6600 and 7 of those used. Right, okay folks, we'll do a couple of quick shots around the aircraft to see what's going on, and then we will leave it for that. And thank you for joining us. Very nice flight. I'll get this video edited as soon as I can, and we'll pop it up for the weekend along with the helicopter trip around Vancouver. So once again, thank you for joining me. If you like this sort of thing, I do these flying adventures in P3D as well as scenery reviews and flying in Flight Simulator 2020. So please like and subscribe. Click the bell to be notified of future videos. Doesn't cost you anything except a couple of seconds of your time. You'll get notified when new stuff comes out, and it really helps my channel. Have a website, VirtualAirlinePilot.org, which I try to keep up to date. It's proving a difficult task, but I like it. It's a way of, you can at least go there and read about me and tell you a little bit about myself, so happy to see you there. Any questions, comments, please leave them in the comments below. I will reply to them. Check out my bush pilots videos if you're interested in Flight Sim 2020, Botswana, bush flying in southern Central Africa. I've got 3 up at the moment. Next one will come up next week, where we will fly to another interesting, strange bush strip out in the Delta. So once again, thanks again. This is Lee signing off at the end of another flight, and see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.
you.